G'day friends and fans. Sorry, just had a catastrophic stream fail. I'm going to record and upload. So, welcome to Tabletop News. I'm your host, the author, David Applegate. And today we are bringing you, starting with my favourite site, the Bundle Holding, what is new with tabletop gaming this week. First up, we have the Trail of Kalathu Mega Pack from the Bundle Holding, a mega bundle of mythos hunting tabletop role-playing games. The Trail of Kalathu Mega starts at it's broken into the starter collection and the bonus collection. Starter collection at $17.95 brings you various rulebooks, supplements, and sourcebooks from the Trail of Kalathu tabletop role-playing game of Eldritch Kalathu mythos. Investigation, using the Gumshoe system from Pelgrane Press. Ventures using the investigative Gumshoe system, seen in other systems, aren't about hunting for clues, but interpreting them, figuring out how they solve the mystery. Star designer Kenneth Hite uses his encyclopedic knowledge of history and Lovecraftian horror to capture the creeping madness of the 1930s, a time of sweeping cruelty by authoritarian rulers and the great old ones alike. Note, there is actually the October 2024 crowdfunded second edition that this mega bundle, however, is 2008, and all first edition supplements and scenarios are wholly compatible with the forthcoming second edition book. This new edition allows you to create new character templates, new abilities, new campaign frames, and a new expanded guide to the mythos. Now there are dozens of titles from 6 previous bundles and 3 major editions. So there is new material within. With $17.95 you get 8 titles in the starter collection, and pay above the threshold price you get the bonus collection. The $36.85 enables you to get 7 more titles. Now this actually gives you the sources where you can get we're listing previous titles were from previous bundles. There are 12 that appeared out of 17. 12 had appeared in previous bundles. Still has new material. Now, the Trail of Kalathu starter pack contains the core rulebook. This is where Kalathu meets Gumshoe. You uncover mysteries, industrial libraries, and bloody crime scenes. You walk the mean streets of Chicago, hack your way through the jungles of the South Pacific, battle vile cults, all recalling terror at the alien enormities they worship. You follow the clues wherever they lead at the whatever the cost in life or sanity they incur. However, if you dare follow, do you dare? Considering it's the 1930s, it's a bit hard to get there. Alright, so it's laser focused on investigation, encourages characters to explore and investigate, even at the expense of their own health and safety. Plus that of your player character as well. It's not just your PCs, NPCs, and you, the player, all at risk. Alright, so yeah, there's a second edition, but for the sake of argument, we start with the first edition and add-ons, and you worry about the second edition if you get it later. But but this is a tried and true company. There, if they say they're going to keep these compatible, they're not rebooting or totally wrecking past material, that's fine. I'll take them at their word. Now, what is Kalathu without the hideous creatures? Now, this is an immense collection of Lovecraftian entities presented in new angles, blurring the boundaries and erasing the uncertainties to create contradiction, surprise, and the uncanny, the recognition of the familiar as something weird. These creatures are not just antagonists to fight, they are indeed legendary horrors, heresies, and delicate lies to lull their foes into a sense of familiarity, and boom, each one's a campaign. However, there are adventures in this pack. Out of Time are 4 century spanning adventures. That's 4 adventures, each spanning the century around the Great War, monstrosity on the Kulugan Archipelago, The Big Hoodoo, a science fiction great Robert Hahnemann, his engineer wife, a renowned editor and mystery writer, and Philip K. Dick are in the fringes of La La Land, in a charlatan's web of chicanery, mediocrity, deceit. Wow, that's a lot there. The Great Hoodoo. It's renowned characters in a renowned fiction in a renowned fiction. Castle Bravo takes you to 1950s. The investigators have to deal with the Joint Task Force testing a thermonuclear device at the Bikini Atoll in Operation Castle. After detonations, you have more than the radiation to deal with. So, four adventures spanning a century. It's poorly presented there. Sorry. A lot of people do that. Out of Space presents 5 adventures taking you from the mountains of northern Mexico, sky above Germany, to gaslit London, to the raging Atlantic Ocean. You have various investigations in... So we have a seemingly utopian future, the mountains of northern Mexico, 18th century London, and a luxury steamship, cursed Egyptian mummies, probably the 1930s. And Out of Space. All right, so sorry, that was Out of Space. All right, Out of the Woods, the shadowy depths of the primeval forest, and is a source of collective fears. All right, so this again a Lovecraftian setting. No, don't go to the. Was it the Teddy Bear's Picnic? Don't go to the forest for your go. Yeah, what is it? Something about Teddy Bear's Picnic. Oh, so this one's a Lovecraftian picnic, and you're on the menu. So we have Midnight Sub Rosa, colonial era necromancer hanged for a child murder, has stolen the home of a professor in a small town in Rosa, Alabama. Can you find the book before that thief becomes something else entirely? The Silence Mill, you have a small village in Brittany, close by the Arthurian forest of Brocklande, and a friend stands accused of serial murder, cannibalism, and even necrophagy. Can you ascertain the truth, or will the truth find them? Dreaming of a better morrow for $30 a month. Now, amongst the green prefaces and forest streams of Vermont labourers, one of the Roosevelt's integrated citizens conservation camps disappears. In an atmosphere fraught with political intrigue and Jim Crow laws, a group of investigators find the primordial evil. The Coldest Walk. Deep in Wisconsin's woods lies a quiet town of Four Pines. When the aurora flashes, inhabitants have a terrible choice to make. Can you stop the inevitable, or must they take the walk for themselves? Next is the Trembling Giant. United States government, 1937, transformed 300 acres into the newly recognised Kushan band of Ponente Indians, but this new land is covered with trees, stalked by natural beasts, nightmares grip the shaman, and warring tamen shadows. What's Alagus is the interceded land, and can the tribe fight this ancient evil? Shadows of Filmland. This is a compendium of celluloid thrills. Again, this takes classic horror, but this time from classic horror films rather than directly from pages of a book. Well, you have various scenarios based on cinematic lore where you gasp, shudder, and tremble at various horrors. Rough Magic is the rules of magic for Kalatu. It's rather than dealing with magic itself, you deal with these are new abilities and magical names to drop, as well as the magical ability. The further differentiates ability from magical pursuits. It's meant to be confusing. It's basically explicit magic for aliens and creatures in the mythos, rather than theorizing. It actually just says, "Hey, ability, bang," and this is what it does. So it gives you some expanded rules to make your horrors more horrific. Did I say there were going to be needlessly deaths? Needless deaths? So needlessly gruesome deaths? No. I said hilarious deaths. Hilarious. Who said they were needless? Keeper's resource and book screen. Now, this is a screen with all the usual stuff you find for game mastering. However, included is a resource book with the last scribbled notes of a madman or carefully researched collection of clues, special benefits, and game-relevant material. You need a mad scientist, a fence, some throwaway thugs, some cultists, some contacts with forbidden knowledge, an academic, and more contained within its pages. Level up, which I recommend you do, and collect the bonus collection as well. Fearful Symmetries is about New Jerusalem. The Secret War has arrived in England, and you're its warriors. Albion, the primeval and perfect England of William Blake, is broken by war in heaven and by turmoil amongst mankind. Guided by Blake's visionary poetry, heroes arise to build Jerusalem anew in the green and pleasant land. This is a campaign supplement. You play as a group of magicians exploring magical revival, wielding the terrible double-edged powers that grant both dominion and degeneration. It has a companion volume, the New Book of New Jerusalem, Fearful Symmetries, which gives you 4 systems of magic, as well as the Book of Jerusalem itself, as it's about the recovery with a obsessed journalist seeking to recover the very essence of England, her traditions, customs, and legends, even at the cost of his livelihood. This is a primer for the occult surroundings of the 1930s England to launch further campaigns. Now, the apocalypse has a date, November 2nd, 1936. Things that lurked under the seas for eons have rose, claimed their rightful place. They now rule the earth, stalking like titans. Millions of men and women died, yet you have survived. This is a survival horror. However, you can figure out what went wrong, find others like you, see how long you can stay alive, or even find a way to put everything right. This is a survival horror supplement using the Gumshoe system. Eternal Lies are exactly that. A group of investigators battle to prevent the summoning. However, you failed. Now you must piece together what went wrong. This is an epic campaign to investigate ancient crypts, abandoned estates, and festering slums. Explore the choked jungles and crushed psyches of your predecessors, following their footsteps. Make new ones of your own. If there's time, there won't be another chance. Welcome to Gotham, Kalathu City. The great Arkham in northern Massachusetts is a city of witness cyclopean skyscrapers, of crumbling Baroque buildings, and ruins that impossibly predate human habitation. The streets are lined with cyclopean basalt buildings raised by no human hand. At night, titanic shapes move behind the clouds. The government is enthralled to a league with these alien horrors. Strange black ships dock at Isthmus to trade its squat, ugly denizens. Trade with. Old money names. Priests marked with yellow silk proclaim the majesty of the living gods. Not all your neighbours are sane or human, but you're all trapped. There's no way to escape the city because the city is the world. This is a place born of Lovecraftian creations, where in the Great Arkham, worship of the Old Ones rule from the City Hall, investigators the wanted criminals. This can be a full campaign or a surreal nightmare, to which there may be no escape. Mythos expeditions. You depart on 10 expeditions to the unknown, to various war zones and and even off the earth itself, but the truth awaits you in the miskatonic university converts. Right, so you go forth armed with gun, camera, and notebook, and risk your survival to fill in a few dots on a map, which are blank. So the more you discover, the more the mythos infests your mind. 4 revelations are the final 4 sanitary-destroying purist adventures for the Trail of Cthulhu, written by award-winning RPG writer Graham Walsby, with various settings. Set in the United Kingdom in the 1930s, lets your investigators play through purist campaigns where there's no escape, no comfort, and no salvation. Wow, sorry for all the mistakes. Next, we have Deadball. Deadball is a quiet tabletop baseball game with polyhedral dice. Basically, $9.95 gets you a baseball game. Now, for the play baseball with dice. It has all the rules you need to play or make your own baseball with the dice games. Okay, you use real stats, which you'd normally bring to the ballpark or onto your tabletop. It's a 1 or 2 player game. Takes about 30 minutes to play. You can start players from history, present day, or your imagination. You have a tool set to create custom designed players, watch them grow game after game, season after season. And eventually, when your team is dead in the water, Deadpool is there. Yes. So you have the rules of baseball, modern and ancient. Recreate games from the 1900s onwards. Rosters are descriptions of 8-team league of misfits. Modern historical versions of the pennant. Basic rules for fast or advanced rules. Random player tables and creating your own leagues. And an expansion that gives you year 2 new rules for injuries, lights out revivers, beanballs, brawls, and 16 fictional teams with more players. Okay, rule 3 introduce cheats and scoundrels, and rule 4 short stories where every pitch is a potential tragedy. Batter Up. Nice little side game to add to a lot of adventures for a tenner. Next we have campaign starters. Campaign starters are exactly that. These start campaigns. These are digital map sets from 01 Games. Basic set $9.95 gives you 3 maps and level up rich arena community do. Paid above the threshold price of $21.23 and yet the entire bonus collection. 01 campaign starters. You have Dragon's Rift, an oasis in an endless bounds of sand east of ancient ruins that were destroyed during the War of the Dragons, where a gigantic white dragon plummeted in the ground, and now Dragon Rift is built on its skeleton. And several rocky plateaus connected by bridges. The dragon skeleton radiates cold, which helps the village survive and thrive. The village is ruled by an unbroken dynasty of princes and the cult of the White Dragon. Now, in Ironfrost, you have a ice promontory in an Arctic wasteland where life is hard. The main trade is skins. You hunt local animals for fur. Once a year, go to a great wild hunt, which gives you, though a sacred animal, it gives you the ancestral materials to build distinctive dome houses in which its fat works as insulation. Next, we have Krakenmouth, an ancient fishing village. Gloomy, and some claim to hear thudding and hissing noises in the upper floors of the buildings. Now, it's on a promontory with an abandoned White House. There's a single pier. The sheriff, who's also the magistrate. A mysterious company where, once again, you have a mysterious boat that comes every day to trade with the village. And there's bundles of cloth that seem to move. Now, the thing is, you try to investigate this company and people disappear. So, you have been warned. So, there's your basic maps. Bookmarks and workbook. You have bookmarks, which are side trek adventures seeds with complete maps, and your workbook. This presents 48 tablets. You can customize your own bookmarks. Each sheet contains a map without room numbers, a compass to orientate your map, space for your key and notes, and a square grid for details and a custom map. Level up, which I reckon you get 3 bonus titles. Our first one is Dwarf's Depth. This is basically a fully mapped dwarf realm with 25 customizable maps. You have farms, forge, brewery, detention blocks, temples, treasury, and more. The Abyss Stretch is the ancestral ruins, lairs of a dangerous realm of demons in the past, places of worship, an ancient realm even older than the Dwarven Depths. You have a cathedral of demon princes and more, 7 mages. Each place is presented in a portable document file as well as Photoshop files for image editing. Third, and is the city-state of the Black Sun. The city-state of the Black Sun, set in the oldest city in the dangerous world. Now, the city of the Black Sun is a fortress that sits on the semi-desert area by the Great Red River, ruled by a ruthless Lion King, has ruled for thousands of years. From his ziggurat, he controls the Black Sun, a mysterious device covered with a luminescent black crystal. This device purifies the brackish water. The king controls the distribution of the water from the elevated aqueducts. Now, these are all campaign settings. You can provide the campaign. You decide if it's a hex crawl, clearing out ancient enemies, whatever you want. Age of Ambition is a fantasy role-playing game of promise and peril. The core collection is $9.95. It's set on a moon called Terrestrial, home to many magical peoples. It's rapidly transforming society. It's moving from the equivalent of the Middle Ages to a new age of new technologies and new magics. Tinker gnomes craft firearms. There are missionaries preaching new religions. There's turbulent and broken lands. Ships plying the seas to find new markets. Merchants with new metals, and they export clockwork devices. Even goldworms that want peace. But off the coast is a pirate queen and tyrannical kings who seek to impose their rule. And someone has invented paper money. So this is more a game of intrigue and exploration. For $9.95 you get 10 titles in the core collection. However, level up, which I recommend you do, for the threshold price of for $20.47, you get the entire bonus collection with 10 more titles. In the core collection, you get the rulebook. The rulebook outlines Toril, its people, and its history. Now, this is a social and cultural equivalent of Earth's Middle Ages, that is, transforming and improving. There is 6 source books. Character options, which lays out starting heroes, life paths, fighting styles, new lore, careers, hybrid people, campaign options, mass comp, which gives you mass combat, and trading systems, mercantile operations, a chase system, a quick combat resolution, and a framework for heists and other situations. Next, we have not one, but two books of monsters and adversaries. A Game Master's Toolkit to add new optional rules, such as hazards, more dynamic villains. The Height of Power adds new abilities. The Age of Ambition Out of Shackles is an introductory adventure. You literally out of shackles. You've escaped slavery and now discover exactly how unjust the institution can be once you make port. Next, level up, which I recommend you do. You get What Lies Beneath. This is a campaign where you play a band of legionnaires, elite guards of the city of Melanoc. Now, you patrol the streets, navigate politics, and you've discovered an previously unknown civilization underground. Now, here you face criminal organizations, explore prophetic dreams, navigate cultural differences, uncover corruption, and make a name yourself as... So you've got a hex crawl. So you've got first contact with an unknown civilization, an entire city, the hex crawl, basically. Strange Bedfellows is a political campaign following the movers and shakers of the cities as they try to improve the realm. There's various plots, civil unrest, and other conspiracies by meddling spies. It's a flexible campaign with 7 core scenarios and optional side quests. And then you have 7 more scenarios, each 2 to 4 gaming sessions. Now, Butcher's Wars, you take command of a sailing ship to stop a rogue admiral with dreams of conquest. Along the way, fight pirates and more. Prison Island is exactly that. Escape from a prison island. A little murder? Well, you're at a dinner party and there's a little murder. The only problem is you're the suspects. Melodic Adventures is 7 more one-shot scenarios. Tainted Gold is about stealing consignment and consortium gold. Time Forgot is about a merchant company travelling to a remote island where you discover dinosaurs, bandits, and tribes, both friendly and hostile. Will to Power is a will. You're being given a mysterious urn, thrusting you into a conflict between an ancient secret society and an undead king. Of course, it's an amazing collection. Oh, well, we have 10 days to go. This one ends in 3 days. Yeah, this is I think this is the this is an amazing set, and look forward to laying my eyes on it soon. This is, of course, all sponsored by you. I have Future Fantasy is my science fiction tabletop setting for D6. For $1 a month, you can support me in the channel. Brushfires for Traveller. Now, Mongoose has recently announced, back in December, that it was updating Traveller and releasing new material. Brushfires is Brushfire is about a great empire finding itself embroiled in brushfire wars amongst its colonies. Now, these are mostly forgotten citizens as these conflicts flare out and splutter out over time. However, this is now against the backdrop of the Fifth Frontier War. These brushfires threaten to consume the entire Tales cluster. There's raids. The Travellers will experience from a wholly different perspective. You take this mainly takes place in the Artemis subsector, where you travel separated from the main fighting around the Effort Gap, where this is this region is where you get easy access to the Varg space. Now, this region is a backwater, unemployment economically, and doesn't really lead to anywhere. So as a result of this brushfire, so it's not a major conflict. However, these brushfires affect you, and you are in a war zone, and you can either be a hero or a villain. Yeah. An interesting premise. Now, obviously, it's an epic adventure, but you can also use it as a source book for material. Next up, we have Thrilling Tales, 3rd edition. It's a D6 system. It's basically two-fisted pulp fiction action. Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime, where you're basically playing Indiana Jones without playing Indiana Jones, using the legendary D6 Plus system. It's a guide to the complete game system, no other books required, and a timeline in the 30s with pulp era weapons and vehicles, pulp era villains, including the Nazis, Thuggee, Pearls of the Orient, and the Red Menace, a random adventure generator based on the writings of Doc Savage, creator Lester Dent, and an introductory adventure and much more, all contained in this one book. So it's you're a steward paragon of virtue, stalwart paragon of virtue. Two-fisted adventure hunter, daring devil, pirates, and more. Your heroes fought the dastardly villains of mad scientists, ruthless mobsters, ancient cults, and, of course, the Nazis, as well as ancient evils. You got a whole bunch here on special right now for half price. The Australian dollars 28, so it's around, I think, 20 US dollars, I think. Forget what. Yeah, it's not easy to convert currency these days. There's some bad fluctuations, I know. So you have Thrilling Tales, complete D6 adventure, Indiana Jones, for one price. Next we have Kickstarter. Now, This is a interesting Kickstarter tabletop role-playing game. And within moments of being launched, it was fully funded and still collecting backers. Now, this is from the creator of Brindlewood Bay and In Between. Public access is a role-playing game inspired by analog and found footage horror. What is it? Well, basically, you go to Deep Lake, New Mexico. You take on the roles of curious young adults who want to investigate the urban legends from their childhood. It's got the Albuquerque yellow Pascal look to it. It's a mystery game, a journey through the nostalgia world of 1980s and 1990s American pop culture. There's an official hardcover. There's a preview for free. What is public access? Well, it's everything. It's a full campaign with 8 original mysteries, 12 Odyssey tapes, and updated rules from the previous original launch. And you've got a whole bunch of mysteries, a whole bunch of tapes. These are investigations. This is basically a horror crawl, right? You're going over your fictional childhood and finding out things weren't exactly cozy or as you truly remember. So you got tales and signals from the other side and various other new mysteries to investigate. It's basically Call of Cthulhu with a different rule set. But yeah, it's quite it's got quite the stretch goals as well to add new material, which is, wow, a lot. Next up we have Australia. No, seriously, this is Australia. The new dystopian dawn from down under, Monster Island. What's worse than Australian spiders and snakes? Post-apocalyptic Australian spiders and snakes. Plus dinosaurs and kaiju. This is the 15th book in the Dystopian Dawn library and the first world book. It's a complete setting with lore, adventures, creatures, portals, and everything you need to brave the dangers of the new world. That's more than a setting book. It's a campaign with tie-ins for other dystopian dawn worlds. Right? There's over 40 new creatures, new nationalities, new gear. So you have a bug hunt and adventure modules. Bug hunt, keep on the wasteland border. That's a reference to D&D, keep on the borderland. And Ratman of Crashport. That's a Warhammer Fantasy adventure, I think. And Bug Hunt, I forget which. That's Aliens reference. But not another Bug Hunt. Yeah. I don't think they ever introduced bugs into... Yeah, I think another Bug Hunt, of course, is a reference in Aliens to the bug hunting of... now I forget its name. Gosh. Sorry. Someone will point in the comments below and I'll go, yeah, that's the one. That one about dystopian future with Doogie Howser as the psychic. Yeah, not another Bug Hunt. Yes. But it's Mad Max with magic and Conan with robots. Yeah. And you even have a free download of to preview with the... And there's a whole bunch of supplements. This is a very big Kickstarter, by the way. Of course, there's a whole bunch of stretch goals with swag. And the interesting thing is it has a lower stretch goal than most. But it is getting there. It is actually just today, with 29 days to go. In the first day, it's already got $1,000 from only 7 backers. So, yeah, a lot of people have gone for the whole hog. But yeah, it's got many it's got many levels. You have you have the basic rulebook, hardcover edition, so modules, custom character creator, everything, the print and PDF version of all 4 new books, custom creator, which I forget which one that's from. I think that's New Fist of the North Star. I'm saying the look, not the actual. Player bundle. You got a cameo, a digital library of all past books, and a monster bundle with a whole bunch of past books in PDF and print form. Yeah. And as you can see, it's yes, quite the material there. Hours of fun, hours of gameplay in each. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please support the channel and support me through Ko-Fi, Patreon. Buy my books, buy merch. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you on the next video, and bye for now.